Been a minute since I've seen a Sandman video because a lot of them just don't have subtitles or aren't AI dubbed or whatever. But yeah, this is Sandman Chinese and Pakistani propaganda.
Guys, it's finally happening. Singapore is going to ban Indian-hating propaganda videos from their social media. Recently, they have noticed a lot of racist content against Indians originating from China and flooding Singapore's social media. And these chats were like, "Shut the fuck up, COVID-19. Go eat your cockroaches." This news is kind of a good and bad thing at the same time. It's good because someone is finally taking some action against these Chinese hate mongers. And it's bad because even though everyone around the world knew Chinese were doing these kinds of stuff, no government around the world cared to take some action against this propaganda. Not even India. Even though India is the one that's being targeted, still Indian government has taken little to no action against this anti-India narrative. Rajesh from Kanpur has been saying this since 2020, that after trying to kill the entire world by their bioweapon, the Chinese are now trying to improve their image by throwing Indians under the bus. The CCP bots are pumping videos after videos showing how bad Indians are and how they are trying to invade other countries so that people around the world forget.
What is Sandman playing? What game is this? What game is this? What the heck?
That a Chinese virus almost wiped their entire bloodline just a few years ago. Everyone thought that Rajesh was making some kind of conspiracy theories, but actually he was right. At this point, China has spread more anti-India narrative around the world than the Chinese virus it was spreading in 2019. And to be honest, this thing is working fine for them. Because if you look at the Western countries, these people just want a random race to hate while their partner is busy with the milkman. These guys would have hated Chinese by default because of that COVID thing, but since China has filled their TikTok feed with
well, what was it? People were getting banned for saying it came from China. Like there were YouTubers who are completely banned from the platform. I think they're still banned to this day, who were talking about how it originated in China. And because they mentioned that, they got banned. Because there was, of course, a bias. There was a, oh, you can't speak of this. You can't speak about the factual evidence that has been brought forth. I think that's why Trump always talked about the China virus. He always just mentioned the China virus. It's China's fault. Like, you know, that kind of thing. Because everywhere else, it was all bland. It was like, oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. It's so freaking stupid. So freaking stupid. Playing another Crab's Treasure. Oh, and it looks fun. It looks fun. But yeah, it's just like... The fact that people were getting banned for that kind of thing, I think that's why a lot of people didn't talk about it. A lot of people don't talk about it, or a lot of people don't care, because when you're able to silence people who actually are, again, people, a lot of people's YouTubers, YouTube is their livelihood, and they're afraid of speaking out against something that's going to make them lose their livelihood, even though it is the truth. So they silence free speech. And during that time, so many people were in favor of silencing free speech as long as everyone just towed the line. Again, so many people are willing to sell their morals and their values just for some kind of convenience. You couldn't say the word COVID-19 or your video would get a disclaimer and warning. Yeah. You couldn't even talk about it. You couldn't even, that's why everyone would talk about the virus or what was it? There were a few terms people would say back in the day to get around it. But yeah, the fact that people were afraid of losing their entire livelihood back in the day because it wasn't free to speak freely. Because again, depending on where you are, even though you have the freedom of speech in America, the platforms you're on, the content you're creating, every single platform, every single location, all has its own rules. I mean, heck, even on Twitter before it became X, had so many problems. Like how many people were banned from speaking or saying anything just because, oh, it went against the narrative. Same thing on Facebook. It went against the narrative. They try to silence certain voices, which is insane, absolutely insane. Because I think if you should have even the heinous people being able to speak their minds. You absolutely should, because then at least people will be able to get opposing sides and be able to at least justify their own side in some way. Yeah, but it's just like, so that's one of the issues. And again, India was the only one to really slap down a lot of the Chinese products coming in.
Anti-India content, these guys are now hating Indians. And since we are talking about anti-India content, how can we forget Pakistan? These guys right now are giving a tough competition to China on who spreads most hate against Indians. There have been multiple instances where people have pointed out that there is some kind of machinery that's running from Pakistan that spreads hate against Indians, but most of the time people dismissed it as overthinking or that you're being paranoid. But this time one Indian Twitter user took some extra steps and proved his allegations. He infiltrated a Pakistani anti-India narrative group named Task Force 2990, where these Pakistanis were discussing how to spread hate against Indians. He also found out that there are multiple groups with thousands of members around the globe that follow each other and have an organized pattern to manipulate the algorithm and spread their propaganda. Like in this screenshot you can see, one guy has made a post and he's asking everyone else to repost it with different caption and keywords so that the algorithm thinks that this post is getting viral organically. These guys also create misinformative or fake content and make it go viral to spread hate against Indians. Like look at this Korean boy story as an example. These guys created a fake story that a Korean boy dressed as a pregnant woman in India to show that India is safe but gets harassed by other men during the Holi festival. This story is completely fake and is created by adding two separate concepts of his different videos. And when this fake story went viral, the Korean creator himself had to come forward and clarify this misinformation. But till then, damage was already done. These Pakistanis along with Chinese make fake screenshots of Indian men sending creepy DMs to random girls or an Indian writing a cringe comment on a Facebook post. Sometimes these guys add fake caption to random Indian videos to make it look like something bad is happening, and sometimes they claim a random guy as an Indian guy even though he's Pakistani, Bangladeshi or Sri Lankan. These posts when they go viral are taken as an
All the same. All the same. I'll be that racist. I'll be that racist. All the same.
inspiration by other creators, and these people also start making anti-India content. You'll see various videos around the world that label Indian people whatever they seem fit so that their videos go viral.
And her caption is, "No, but seriously, this was so scary. It was so scary that it was the perfect time for her to flip the camera around and then make faces for the reel that she would be posting later." We all remember Sophia, right? Well, this is her sister Anna, and they were both together at the same time. They both suffered the same traumatic incident when that man stared at them because they stick out like a sore thumb, and then ultimately committed the crime of walking in their same general direction. And of course, they both had to post about it. Go figure that. Apparently, Anna posted this at the same time that Sophia posted her video, so I don't know how I missed it until now. I can't leave her out. They claim stalking, but in my opinion, that does not appear to be a very truthful tale. All you have to do is take one look at their content and you will understand the type of game that they play. In my opinion, Anna and Sophia traveled to India and exploited the people of India straight up. Now, before anyone tries to make the claim that I deny that
Heck, I could do that. I could do that. There were so many cases when I was in India where I didn't catch it. But my wife always noticed every time someone was looking at me. The only time I noticed that I was being stared at was when we went to a coffee shop. Me, my wife, and my brother-in-law, we all went to a coffee shop, and I saw a patrol car coming, officers coming by. There were like 3 officers in that Jeep. 3 officers in that Jeep. And every single, I don't know why, but I noticed like patrol vehicles. I noticed that kind of stuff. For some reason, I just noticed cameras where they're located in areas like in malls and things like that. I immediately noticed cameras. I noticed the exits, and I noticed officers, the security. I'm definitely not going to steal stuff, but I noticed that. And I saw them, like I saw that patrol car coming by. I looked over, and then like the 2 passengers, not the driver was looking at the road, but it was the steering wheel's on the opposite side. So the coffee shop was over here. The car was driving past this way, and there was an officer on the passenger side, and then the officer in the back. All of them, they all looked at me, and I was just standing there, feel a little uncomfortable, and I was just staring at them the entire time, just watching them drive by. I was like, I have a feeling they might turn around to come back, but that was the only time I noticed it. The only time. But when we went to like the Golden Temple, or when we went to Rajasthan, or wherever we were going, my wife noticed it every single time. Of course, I was being a tourist. I was standing there with my camera out like this, looking at the camera, spinning around like an idiot, because I'm enjoying my time there. I was enjoying my time. I got so many videos while I was in India, which I haven't done much with. But at the same time, I mean, I love that I got them. That's memories for me. That's memories for me. That's memories for my wife. But my wife noticed it every single time. And I could easily, probably, in those videos where I don't even notice it, I could slow it down and point out where people were staring at me because they're creeps. They're wanting to steal my organs. Oh my gosh, typical India. Of course, they're hunting me down. They're stalking me for my organs. Of course, I'm a guy, so that's what they'd want. A woman, they're after their body. But a guy, they're after my organs. Still part of my body, but it's what's inside my body that matters, not outside. But yeah, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's just like, are there problems? Like, again, I'm not going to go to the slums in India. Just like I won't go to the slums in San Francisco. Why? I value my life. No duh. No duh. Anyone who's retarded will literally go to the worst of an area and then claim victim when they went to that area on purpose. On freaking purpose. They go to that area explicitly to create content, and then something bad happens to them. It's like, how dumb do you have to be? How dumb do you have to be? You literally went there for that purpose. Oh.
Bad things can happen in India. No. Does stalking happen? Yes. Do scams happen? A lot. Do terrible things happen? Yes, every single day. Bad things can happen anywhere in any country, and you should travel with caution anywhere. For a little bit of context, I am in India. I was just out walking around by myself with my baby, and I do this all the time. So just as much as the dangerous places in India exist, the beautiful places in India also exist. I get it. Not everyone is having a good time in India, and we should hear those stories too. But enough with the cinema clickbait nonsense. Someone out there is going to accuse me of using this content for my own virality, and to that I will say, yes. I hope that this goes viral.
Yeah. Well, why is this Indian love content not going anywhere? Come on, there are about 2 billion Indians in the world. Why aren't you guys subscribed to me? Why aren't you following me? I need my money. It's all about the money. But yeah, I mean, you again, I'd say the same thing about any kind of group that's purposefully going somewhere to point out the hate. Purposefully going somewhere to point out the hate. It is so freaking ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. And I understand, like, there are those people who are probably tourists that sometimes accidentally find themselves in a shady neighborhood. And they get scared. Like my family, when they came for the wedding, they got a little scared because they had to emergency land and be chased off the plane over in Kashmir. In the midst of Kashmir, just like, yeah, it was literally during the Operation Sindoor, shortly after Operation Sindoor. Or was that? Crap, I'm getting my years mixed up, I think. Because it was, because the day after they landed, we were in the hotel because they got a cab and everything. They found out that there was an attack on some tourists in the town in Srinagar. There was an attack with a grenade in Srinagar with some tourists right where they were. So of course they would be a little scared after the fact. But of course, that means people will know certain areas are more problematic, just like in the United States. Nobody will go to Philadelphia. They're afraid of the fentanyl zombies. Everyone needs to be aware of these big concrete jungles. Fentanyl zombies will get you. India have everything. It depends on what you want to see. Yeah. Depends on what you
I
want
hope
to see.
that everyone gets to see the good side of India, not just the slop that circulates all over the internet.
The sheer amount of fake anti-India content present online has created a situation where everyone around the globe thinks that Indians are by default bad, and it's completely fine to generalize whole India based on some selected incidents. People around the world are waiting for an Indian to do something stupid in front of them so that they can recall that stupid Indian and say all Indians are bad. I recently saw some videos from Nepal where many people were saying that Indian tourists does not have civic sense or they are very bad, and some people in the comment section were saying that Indians should not be allowed to visit Nepal, or Nepal should start visa application system for Indian tourists and whatnot. But here the thing is, some misbehaving tourists from my country does not make my whole country bad. We are seeing some Indians going to Nepal and misbehaving, right? Someone is urinating openly.
Just like you see Americans traveling the world and demeaning every other place in the world because they're Americans. Of course, they're the elites. Everyone else is beneath them. Everyone else is beneath them. They're Americans. We are the elites. Especially if you're a white American, you're at the top dog. You can do no wrong. I am the OG specimen on this planet. I am the OG specimen. So many people are just so brain rotted. So brain rotted.
Someone is throwing trash on the road and not picking it up, and some random zero civic sense activities, right? But do you know what Nepalis are doing in India? They are forming a gang to rob people. They are involved in murders. You remember Angel Chakma? The prime suspect in his case, the one that stabbed him, is a Nepali national. But have you seen anyone from India say that Nepalis are doing these kinds of stuff here in India? So we should ban all Nepalis, or at least...
Well, there are some, probably. There are some. Like, that's the thing. Is like, there will always be people that view, no matter if you're in India, no matter if you're in Nepal, no matter if you're in Pakistan, no matter if you're in America, no matter if you're in Mexico, no matter if you're Canada, no matter where you are in the world, there are always going to be those people that view everybody with the worst of a society. View everybody with the worst of society because they refuse to accept anything positive. Leva, I am scrolling X and internet from morning, and I noticed a sudden trend as this looks like a deliberate after India stopped the Elon Musk Starlink in India. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it matters because let's be honest, even if Elon Musk did launch Starlink in India, nobody would buy it because it's astronomically expensive. To be honest, so if I had Airtel, I think that's what it, Artel, the phone company in India, I could pay that internationally and use it here in the United States, and still it will cost less than what I pay for my own phone bill here in the US. That's how bad it is here.
Have a visa application for them so that we don't import these criminals? Obviously no, right? People from India won't do this because generalization is bad, and that's what we need to understand.
No, Sandman, you got to be honest. There are people in India that do generalize, but it's not the majority. It's not the majority. You just have to always be honest about it. There will always be people that generalize. There was an Indian Game Fest. It was racist chats and comments, of course.
But since the anti-India
Airtel,
propaganda is all-time high, so generalization is okay if you only generalize Indians. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. I just wanted to inform you about the Singapore thing and the Pakistani task force exposed thing. And apart from this week I had nothing else interesting for you guys. Maybe next week we'll have some more interesting topic. Till then, keep playing, keep smiling. Sandman out.
I enjoyed that. It wasn't as belligerent as he normally is. He had fun with that one. But yeah, these people are just... There will always be hateful people who just want to spread hate. They have no positivity. They have no moral compass. They just care about themselves and want to view themselves as elite. Just like there was that lady who was like, oh, they're stalking me. They're wanting they wanting my body. Like, you can always do that. You can go anywhere and do that. You could go anywhere and do that kind of content. You could go to the United States and dress a certain way, and then you could be like, oh my gosh, you see all these people staring at me? They're wanting my body. They're of course following me for a particular reason. Yeah, you're obviously a spectacle wherever you go. It's just like, what the heck? These people are ridiculous. These people are absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely retarded. Completely retarded.
You guys got a video? What's so bad?
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait, wait, Sandra.